Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into Positivity Toolbox. This is your life coach, Lady Diana. I am here with an amazing young lady that I met. And we met at the nutrition store. Mm-hmm. Her name is Candy Allen. Do you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about yourself? Tell us something about you. Something amazing. Go ahead.
So hi, my name is Candy Allen. I am fixing to be 45 years old. I'm a single mama out here in this crazy world we live in now.
Right.
I work out 4 or 5 days a week. I work full time from home. I travel some from work. I have 4 dogs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You have 4 dogs?
4 dogs.
Oh, you're kind of like me. We got a zoo at our house. That's ridiculous. I got more than that though.
Well, if it was up to my kid, would have more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. She loves animals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I do too. I've got reptiles and
no.
Yeah. I like my reptiles. It's kind of crazy. I never thought I'd be a reptile girl. And then it happened.
No.
It just happened that way. It was crazy.
No. She keeps trying to give me stuff off Facebook. Say, Mom, what about this dog? Or what about this dog? I'm like, no.
Okay, I just want to. Okay, there we go. I forgot to look and see. Okay, there we are. Hello. What's up? Will says, what's up?
Hey, Will.
And then, okay, that was from yesterday. I guess that was not redone. But, all right. So we're at Candy. I'm a little off this morning. Can you tell?
It's okay.
As Will would say, I haven't had my tea yet.
It's a Monday.
It is a Monday. It is a Monday. And I've got my son leaving for the Navy.
Okay.
So
that's exciting.
It is exciting.
Scary.
Well, I don't know. At first I was like, should I be scared about this or not? And I really did some meditating on it. In my meditation, I discovered that I'm really excited for him because this is his journey. This is his life. This is what he's chosen to do. And he signed up for 8 years. He's going to be an officer. So he's going to school to be an officer, and he's going to be a nuke. So, I mean, I don't want to be scared or worried about him. I just want to know that this is his journey. This is what he was meant to do. So
just keep him in your prayers.
Yeah,
you can do.
Exactly. So let's talk a little bit about, so of course this is Positivity Toolbox. So we want to talk about, positive things, but there are sometimes things that can be obstacles within that positive mindset. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes. So you had said that you're a single mom. Mm-hmm. So I've been hearing some conflicted things about in the dating world in this time, in this day of age. So let's put it that way.
Okay.
So can you talk to us a little bit about it? I know like we had talked about it a little bit, and I just wanted to kind of see what we could give other people and other women that are out there, or even other men too. Men are struggling with it as well,
Oh yeah.
from what
It's
I
across the
understand.
board. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you compare notes, like sometimes when you're talking to men and they're telling you their stories,
Mhm.
you wonder why they're just as messed up as the women are, because the women are just as bad as the men. And
Yeah.
it's crazy. No, so on a positive side of dating,
Yeah.
you get to meet a lot of different people. You
Yes.
get to socialize, and you do make friends. I mean, it's not that you're necessarily going to date them, but you do make friends with some of them.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've met men and other women through those men. So you build connections basically.
All right.
So that's a positive thing.
That is a positive thing, because meeting new people, like, I
Yeah.
mean, and connecting, there's all kinds of different connections, and there's all kinds of reasons I believe that we are meant to meet people when we're
Mhm.
supposed to meet them.
Well, they say that it's like you meet people as a blessing or a lesson.
Yeah.
So that's what it boils down to. It's either going to be a lesson or it's going to be a blessing.
I love that. I love that. Look at you. Okay, she got this, y'all.
I mean, that's what it boils down to, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. And I always put it like this, life is learning. If you're
Mhm.
not learning, you're not living, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're supposed to continue to live. So what would you say has been one of the harder aspects of being in the dating world?
Oh gosh, I would say technology. I mean,
Yes.
that's a
I
big
can agree
thing.
with that.
I mean, it's dating now. It's just like a push of a button or swiping that left or swiping that right. So it's competitive, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
you're constantly in that battle of yes or no, and then when you do click yes, you got to realize that these other people are talking to multiple people. It's not like you're trying to just get the attention of one person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to keep someone's attention, and that's hard, especially when you're working full time. You work out, you have kids, you have dogs, you have a life.
Yes.
So that's kind of difficult, but I mean, it boils down to who you're connected to. I mean, like you're going to know if you've got a vibe with somebody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes.
And you just go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so do you think that are you utilizing more of the internet and social media or anything like that in order to gain these,
Yes and
possibles?
no. I mean, yes, sometimes, but no. Sometimes it's meeting by chance. Sometimes it's meeting online, but majority of the time it is online because
Right.
you're so busy.
Yeah.
And that's what people gravitate to.
Right.
And nowadays it's like it's not like the old days, like you go out, and somebody comes up and approaches you. A lot of men are intimidated, I guess, or that's what I get told, that I'm intimidating. So they won't approach. They're afraid to approach me, I guess. I don't know.
Wow. Oh, that's when you go approach them. Like, really?
Yeah,
can't
but
come
see,
talk
I'm
to
a little
somebody?
old fashioned. I ain't gonna do that.
See, I think I'd be the opposite. I'd be like, I'm just gonna go talk to him. Okay. So like, I was at the Rim the other day,
Uh-huh.
and I was sitting there, and there was this gentleman there, and I think he was sitting there with his mom.
Uh-huh.
And he was an older gentleman. I don't know about how old, but he was sitting there and he was having a great conversation. I think it was his mom.
Mhm.
I don't know. I could be
You never
wrong.
know.
You never know. Definitely looked like it could have been though. And but he started interacting with me because I was sitting across from him. And I just happened to say something to the bartender. It grabbed his attention, and then he started talking to me. I'm like, I'm a married woman, though. But I mean, I think he was single. I'm not sure. But it's like things like that, like putting yourself in those positions where you're able to do that.
Right.
And I just took my laptop up there. I was trying to get some work done and just be out of the house because I work from home sometimes too.
Mhm.
So I'm either here or I'm at the nutrition store now, or I'm at the house.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty much me.
yeah. So I hear what you're saying. And I'm going to tell you, I took busy out of my vocabulary and I put productive,
That's good.
right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes. It's actually really been more beneficial to me. Like it's benefited me more,
Mhm.
or it serves me more to say it like that versus saying, because, I think sometimes when we say busy, we're just doing a lot of things. We're just doing too many things. We're not doing anything with intention.
Right. Well,
So
you make time for what's important to you.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I felt though with me saying busy, I was just doing busy work.
Mhm.
I wasn't really being productive.
Right.
So now I'm like, I'm being productive.
There you go.
Yes. So what are some other things that you would like? What's some advice that you would give somebody else in that's within your situation as well? And talk. Let's talk about these men too.
Let's real talk.
Yeah, real talk. Let's go. This we can dig deep.
Background checks.
Background check. Yes. And really,
Background check. Seriously, because especially when you get older,
Yeah.
it's like you would think that men our age would have their stuff together.
uh-huh.
It's not. It's not like that. I
No.
mean, they're either going through something, they've gone through a divorce, they're starting over, and it's like they don't know where to begin.
I gotcha. I gotcha. I mean, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because, like, I couldn't even imagine, being in that situation. So that's why I have you here, because I need you to help me to better understand it. You know,
Oh,
what
yeah.
what you ladies are going through, when I'm going to have some men on here too at one point, and we're going to talk about how they're going, what they're going through, because I have a couple of single guy friends,
Mhm.
and they've expressed to me that a lot of these girls are just looking for somebody to
take care of them.
take care of them, to pay for them, to the high they got the hit. One of them told me every single girl that I have gone on a date with is high maintenance.
Oh yeah.
She wants to know what I drive, how much money I make, and what my career is. I'm like, damn.
Well, see, I think that's just the people you choose,
Yeah.
because like
It is.
I can care less about that stuff. Like when
Right.
that's kind of a red flag for me. So if they just start off the bat telling me how much they make, what they drive, what they have, it's like, oh, here we go. I'm done.
I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so I on my social media. My husband's on my social media,
Uh-huh.
and even on social media, I still get messages.
Uh-huh.
And this is the funniest thing: I still get messages from guys asking if I will be their sugar baby,
Oh gosh.
and they will pay me like five. One guy told me he would pay me $5,000 a week.
Uh-uh.
I was like,
Uh-uh.
what? So now I can be bought? What? Okay.
I mean,
You're
anything
looking
has a
fucking wrong
price
train.
tag, but are you willing to do something like that?
Right.
No.
Exactly. I'm like, what? I mean,
But the bad part is a lot of women probably do that. So they're
yes.
used to it. So
Right. I think so. And it sounds to me like some of these men are creating this problem.
yes.
If you ask me.
Yes.
Because why would you message somebody that?
I don't know. I mean, and everybody asks, well, you must get a lot of DMs and you must get this. Yes and no. I mean, I have some of my stuff turned off because I don't want
Right.
some crazy guy messaging me some inappropriate comments, or it's just not worth it. It's a waste of time.
Yeah. And isn't it crazy? Like, I feel like, so I've heard from other single ladies that they want pictures,
Mhm.
and they
And they will
send
send
pictures. I
Yes.
mean, what? Like right off the bat,
You don't even have to ask for them. They'll just send them. And you're like, really?
like, this is supposed to entice me.
Yeah.
So
So you're just like, okay, next.
next, next. No, thank you. Come on, now let's be respectful. Let's be,
Well, I mean, in my eyes, if they're sending that to you right off the bat, how many other women have they sent that to?
Mhm.
So they show their true colors right off the bat. A lot of
Oh, yeah.
times, some
Well,
of
which
them
is
are
good.
sneaky.
Yeah. Yeah. And you were telling me about the sneaky ones. So,
Mhm.
so there's a lot of ones that are married
Mhm.
that are using these platforms
Yes.
to cheat,
Yes.
to have another
Yes.
side piece.
Yeah, like I was telling you, my cousin actually was talking to someone for about a month. They were actually set up to meet that following weekend, and I said, "Oh, okay. Well, let me just try something." Well, I don't know if you know, but there's on Facebook, there's a new site that you can actually put. It's just for women.
Right.
They also have it for men too, so men can put women on there, and women can put men on there. But you can get on there, post a picture, and say, do you have any tea on this person?" And sure enough, people will come out of the woodworks. Now you have to be careful because some women are shady,
Right.
and some women will try, like, if some people don't handle rejection very well, so sometimes they can, just burn somebody just to burn somebody. But
Right.
some of this stuff is actually very true. Like this particular gentleman has actually been living with a female for 3 years, almost to get married, apparently.
Oh.
So her friends was like, "Oh no, this is my best friend's boyfriend and they're fixing to get married and they've been living together for 3 years." And yeah, so
Ouch.
yeah. And you feel bad, but
Yes.
at least you're letting her know now. I mean, the thing
Right.
is that if he did it now, he probably did it in the past.
Yeah, he's done it before, or he's going to keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
man, that's terrible.
Or you have married men that will reach out to you on your Facebook or your instant messenger or Instagram, and you're like, stop,
Right.
But
Have you ever
then,
had a couple ask you?
oh yeah.
See, I've
Yes.
always been wondering about that because I've heard about those as well.
I went to, where was it? It was at Buffalo Wild Wings here in Burleson, actually. And I was just sitting there. I was waiting for one of my friends to get there, and this guy says, "Hey, can you watch my stuff while I run into the bathroom?" Sure. So I watch his stuff. He comes back and he hands me his phone number. So I thought, okay, strange. So I went ahead and just text. I said, "Hey, did you leave your number?"
Right.
I'm naive or whatever. But anyway, I was like, "Did you leave your number for somebody here?" Or, he goes, "No, I left it for you. But can you send me a picture so I can show my wife?" And I'm like, "No, no."
Because he just assumed that you would want to
And
be
he's here
involved in
from
that.
Burleson.
Wow.
Mhm.
I mean, it happens, and more power to those relationships. I know
I don't
quite a
judge
few.
them, just to each their own.
Right, right. I have quite a few that are within my circle that they're good with that. Like
Yeah.
they're totally okay with that, and it's normal for them. They
Yeah.
have no issues with it, but they have they have boundaries and rules that are set in place in order to make that work for their marriage. And I mean, I gotta say, like, if you can do that and keep your marriage and you guys are living blissfully and happy, I have no
Oh
judgment,
yeah.
no judgment from me. But it's like, my husband and I, we've been asked to do,
Like,
and I'm
no,
like,
pass.
I love you guys, but no, thank you.
It's like, I'll
We don't
pass.
share, sorry, right? Yeah.
So
Hard
actually,
pass.
one of my neighbors was having a get together,
Mhm.
and I was outside, and there was a gentleman out there, and we were just chit chatting. Well, the next thing I know, he messages me on Facebook, and he's like, "Hey, me and my wife were watching you, da 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 da." And I'm like, "Yeah, I appreciate that, but that's just not for me. Wish y'all the best of luck."
I love it. You know what? That's bold. And I think I think that's bold. And I think, you're not going to know unless you ask, right? I
Right.
mean, that's why we need to be curious. So, all right. So definitely background checks. So do you like,
And set boundaries. You have
yeah,
to set your boundaries.
yeah,
And stick to them, because sometimes we tend to oversee the red flags because we think there's a possibility or we have that hope. Stick
yes,
to your boundaries and follow your gut.
absolutely. Because your gut will tell you.
Mhm.
And sometimes we don't think to listen to it either.
Mhm.
We're like, oh,
I've been there. I mean,
yeah,
it happens.
yes, I've been there.
It's a lesson. You
Yeah,
learn from it.
yes.
Just don't keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah, you don't want to live in insanity.
Right.
Okay, wake up. Wake up and really understand
Exactly.
what you're going, what you want from life. You got to know what you want. You have to know your worth,
Yes.
right? You have to know that you're worthy of the relationship that you're looking for.
Mhm.
And then put that out there,
And don't settle. I mean, a
No.
lot of women I know a lot of women settle
Yeah.
because I have friends that have settled.
Right.
But then, if you don't settle and you keep going, you'll find what you're looking for.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you're putting it out there, right?
Mhm.
Like you're saying, this is what I want.
Right. You
And
set
you're
your
continuing to say
expectations.
this. Yeah,
Set the
exactly.
expectations of what you want and set your boundaries.
Right.
I have a friend that actually, her and her husband have been together, 3 years now? So they've
Oh,
been together 3 years and married for 1 year now? Yeah, 1 year now. And they actually met online. So it works,
it does. Yes.
but it takes two.
It does. Yes. Yes, it does. So, back to kind of like so when you do the background check, do you feel like you have to like stalk them now too to make sure that they're not
Yes.
married?
Yes.
Like you find out if they have other Facebooks,
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, you have to. That's
right?
the bad thing. It's the technology part of it. You can create accounts and have a bogus picture on there, pretend like you're somebody else that you're not. And,
Yes.
that's part of it.
I get those too.
Mhm.
Like from actors and stuff, they
Oh,
try to
gosh.
message me and act like
Especially
they're
on
the actor.
TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
Yes. TikTok is bad. I ignore those majority of the time because I'm just like, I mean, my husband's on there. My last one was me and my husband doing the glamour one, but even as a married woman, I still,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course, get messages.
Yeah.
So I can understand that aspect of it and really wanting to dig deep and figure out who these people are. What I started
Oh,
doing,
I don't even dig into those people. I just whatever. Just
no,
say
okay,
bye.
yeah, bye. All right, I got you.
Because you know when it's fake and you
Yeah.
know when it's a real thing, a real person.
Right. Because
I
you can
mean,
look at their TikTok and actually see if that's a real person. If they
and
just have
then
one picture,
too, you know, a lot of times people will say, I don't have Facebook or I don't have this. That's kind of a red flag because most everybody has some form of social media, some
right,
form.
right. Maybe they just don't want you looking into them.
Well, a lot of times it's because they are married and they don't
Mhm.
want things to come out, so they hide it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So I think this is really cool because it kind of makes you like an investigator.
Kind of. Yeah. And women are good at it. I'm just saying. So men, be careful.
Yeah. Especially now you guys got a Facebook page. I mean,
Well, the
that's
men
brilliant.
have it too, but the problem with the men's side, because I've seen the men's side, sorry.
Yeah.
But they don't really put a lot of things on there. They
Okay.
sometimes can get inappropriate just by someone putting a picture on there about a female.
So they're sharing
Yeah,
pictures.
you put it on there and you say, "Hey, does anybody have any tea on this person?"
Right.
And they'll sit there and
But
tell
are they
you.
sharing more like just dirty pictures so the
Oh,
guys
no,
can
no,
see?
no,
Oh,
no
okay,
dirty
good, good,
pictures.
good.
No, no, no.
Okay,
Nothing
good.
inappropriate.
Okay,
It's
good.
just like they make inappropriate. Well, if you don't want that one, I'll hit it or something like that. You know,
Oh
that kind
my
of stuff.
gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And sorry, I'm not supposed to be looking at the male side, but I did because I was nosy.
Yeah, you want to be curious on what they're talking about, right? What's going on over here?
Right.
Are
Well,
men
because
feeling the same thing
oh
or going
yeah,
through the same thing? And
yeah, yeah,
they are.
they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
And
you have
so
women that aren't
I
looking
have
to.
a male friend, and he got put on that site, and he was like, "Why am I on that site? I don't even date anymore. I don't have online. I don't do any of that." And of course, I said, "But there's nothing negative on here about you." Right. He goes,
Right.
"But nobody should put me on there because, too, you know, it can jeopardize people's businesses if things are put
Yeah.
on there that aren't true. And
For
you're constantly
sure.
having to defend yourself because, I mean, there are shady women out there and they're going to do something, you know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
passive aggressive stuff that people do, whether you're male or female, that happens.
Right. But okay, so is there a way for them to go on there and delete it though?
They can. Men can't get on there.
So the woman that did
Mhm.
it would have to.
And the problem with that is it can be made anonymously, so you don't even know who posted it.
They need to have the admin be able to have that kind of control.
They do.
Okay.
They watch some of it and they'll, you know, tell them, nope, this is it. And they'll delete it off or, you know, they'll take comments off,
Right.
restrict comments. And if you get caught sharing, like if you share pictures or you share stuff off of there,
Yeah.
they will delete you altogether. You won't be able to be on their site.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
So
I'm sure
anything
it's the
on
same
that
thing for them.
site is only supposed to stay on that site.
Correct.
You cannot share it.
You can't screenshot it and send it to the guy, you know, and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But he had already knew because I guess some woman reached out to him and said he was on there, and I didn't see him.
Yeah.
So when I did see him, I was like, "Well, yeah, you're on there." He goes, "But is there anything bad?" I was like, "No, there's nothing bad."
Oh, well, that's good. At least there was nothing bad on
It
him.
wasn't bad.
That's good. So he's obviously like he's doing the good thing. He's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
In the dating world,
Yeah.
which there are quite a few out there. Like I've had really good conversations with a couple of single guy friends that
Mhm.
I know. And even random guys too, because
Mhm.
I just have this effect where when I meet people, they just tell me
You
everything.
just talk.
Yeah, they just tell me everything. I'm like, all right, let's go. So maybe what makes me a great life coach. But they, they were expressing to me the complications that it is with on their end too, and that they want to find something real. And yet the ones that they keep finding are either, they don't want a relationship, they're seeing multiple guys at the same time.
It's the same way over here. I mean,
Right?
you have men that want you to take care of them too. I mean,
Yeah.
and you have men that are talking to multiple women, even when they're talking to you and saying that they're not.
Right.
You know, they are.
So like maybe commitment issues. And then that's one of the things that I feel like would be a red flag. You want somebody that's going to be committed to you.
Right.
It's weird. Like I like watching like, what is it? The movies or the shows that go back in time. Like they're dated, during, I can't even think of the years, like 1600s and
Mhm.
before that, where they were courted,
Yeah.
you know?
There's not that anymore.
No.
It's
And
not
I
like
feel
that
like
anymore.
we need to bring that back. Like just court one at a time. And I blame our reality TV
Mhm.
because look at like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Look how many people are so into that show.
Yeah.
you understand that that man or that woman is kissing almost all of those frogs. Okay. I mean, and maybe
Gross.
more, and maybe more on a reality show. Let's get real. So that's acceptable in society nowadays. And I just, I do feel that we need to break that. We need to break that. We need to break away from that.
Right.
Date one woman at a time. That's how
Or
you're
one
going to,
man at a time.
or one
It
man at a
works both
time.
ways, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And so that you can make sure, that this could be the right one.
Right,
How
well,
are you going to
'cause
know
ho-
if you're dating multiple people?
Right. How are you investing quality time and getting to
Mhm.
know somebody if you're dating multiple people? You're
Exactly. No,
You're
no, you're
just
not.
going with whatever piques your interest.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, I'm a little bored with this one, but you didn't give this one enough time, and now you got this one. This one might be
Yeah.
just sending nudie pictures because, he or she is sending just the nudie pictures because that's all they really look for. But that piques your interest a little bit more
Right.
now at this point because now it's become a lust thing instead of a love thing.
Mhm.
That's why courting, I feel like courting back then was just so beautiful how it was put together.
Yeah.
Except for, the parents pushing the women,
To get
their
married.
daughters to get married and in a, they had to
Arranging that.
arranging them, yeah, like getting them all dressed up and making them look like baby dolls, like,
Yeah.
go get right. I mean, that would be the only thing that I would be against.
Yes. I
Um,
don't think I would like to be forced into something.
no, exactly. Or forced into marrying a title or a,
Right.
just for money.
Privilege.
Privilege. Yes, that was one of the other things. But I love watching those kinds of shows because it brings a different reality to what we have now.
Mhm.
A different truth that was there that's not here. And that I feel like we're missing. We are missing that courtship, that dating one at a time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do feel like we're missing that. So if you guys are out there listening, come on now, just try it. I dare you, double dog dare you to try it. At least date one person at a time and see where that takes you.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
like I said, somebody's going to show their true colors.
Right.
If the problem is there's a lot of, because everybody's been broken,
Yeah.
everybody's been lied to,
Yes.
it's hard for them to start fresh. You're starting something new with someone else. You shouldn't bring the extra baggage into it.
No.
And
No.
that's what happens is a lot of times that baggage is brought into it.
And I can understand that because I
Mhm.
feel like that's been going on through time.
Mhm.
Like that's something that's been happening through time. But if others can make it happen, so can you.
Mhm.
And like you said, bringing that into an understanding of this is a new person that I'm speaking to. It's not the people that, or it's not a woman or a man that I spoke to in the past. This is somebody that I'm speaking with now. And I need to be able to give them that trust, give them that opportunity to give me a reason not to trust them.
Right. I mean, you should keep your guard up. But at
Absolutely.
the same time, you should be able to trust them unless they give you a reason not to trust.
Yeah.
Then you know.
Yeah, exactly. But at least give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
To put the past away. The past is no longer here. Now you're in the present. So
Yeah.
that's how I tell
100%.
them. Yes, exactly. We don't need that. The past is not going to serve you today.
And
Okay.
don't judge. I mean, like people
No.
make mistakes in their past. You can't judge them based off a mistake that they made years ago.
Mm-mm.
You can't do that.
No, because we've all done things.
Mhm.
All right. So, guys, we're going to be right back and we're going to talk some more about relationships and dating. So, hang tight. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with me and some candy.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
All right. Well, welcome back, guys. You are listening to Positivity Toolbox with yours truly, Lady Diana. And I've got the amazing Candy Allen with me here today talking about relationships and dating. Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoco.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch. And the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store and check out our lineup and more at jococommunityradio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-839-4245. Again, that's 844-839-4245. Be sure to dress your arms and more at thetiffy.com. All right, that was a little commercial spiel. Isn't that pretty?
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. I've done it a lot, so I think I got it down. I think I've had it down for a minute. I've been doing this for quite some time now. I think for at least I've been on the radio for, I think I'm going on 3 years.
Oh, wow.
I
Congratulations.
think. Thank you. I know. I absolutely love it. I love being able to help other people. And if I can do that through my voice, even I think that's going to be, that's
awesome.
that makes me feel, it makes me feel good, but I'm hoping that I'm also bringing some kind of joy and peace and happiness to other people, in more ways to look at things in a more positive mindset, right? And live their best life. Because I feel like depression, we've got a lot of depression that's going on. The world has definitely shifted and changed quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and especially, I feel like that's why I wanted to bring you in here to talk about the dating shift, right?
Yeah.
Because that's huge. It is so huge. And I've heard so much about it. And I just wanted everybody else to be able to hear about what's going on too. Those that are, interested, or those that, may have now they're ready to get back on that, dating scene, but they're scared and they don't know how to approach it. So I think that this is going to be really good for them to hear all of this, hear the negative, but understand that there's a bigger positive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Always
take
is.
your time. I mean,
Yeah.
and have fun. You got to have fun and take your time doing it. That's it.
Yes. So what would you say? Oh, okay. I got a good one. What would you say was your best date ever?
Best date?
Yeah.
ever?
Like what did the gentleman do to make it the best date ever?
Don't ask so many questions on the first date. Like, I don't like the interview process.
Oh yeah.
And just to be able to relax, have fun, and
Mhm.
not answer 50 questions.
Right.
You're going to learn somebody over time. It's not like, let's get it all out. I mean, I'm all about putting stuff on the table and just getting it done. But
right.
at the same time, you want to be able to enjoy something. So like
Yes.
just recently I went to a concert. We enjoyed the concert. It was great. Went out afterwards, had fun, nothing, no expectations, no nothing. That was fun to me.
That is great.
Yeah.
So is that going to be a callback?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah, he
We'll
is
see.
he is texting and calling, but he does live like an hour and a half away, so that's
Okay.
difficult. So sometimes just the distance is an issue.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Which an hour though, that's not too terribly bad.
Not bad.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah. But I mean, that is a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because you don't really get to see each other during the work week.
Right.
So it'd be weekends, and then you got to ask yourself, is that all you want?
Right.
So
And if anything in that could change ever.
yeah,
If it does, I mean, I feel like if it got serious enough, I think that would be something that would have to be discussed, right?
right. And
But
don't just say, let's go to dinner. I hate that.
yeah, that's too original.
Well, and then plus, if you're sitting there and you're not really connecting, you're waiting on food and you're sitting there for what, 30, 40 minutes
Right. Yeah.
sitting there.
Yeah, that's no.
Mm-mm. Let's go do something.
Let's go do something.
Be around people.
Yes, yes. So what would you say would be your ideal date? And obviously not dinner, but what would you say?
Doing things like going hiking, going to
Yes.
work out. That would be
Okay.
fun.
That would be fun.
Just doing things, not just going to dinner.
Right.
And no movie. I mean, you can't even talk in a movie.
No.
So it's like, don't even ask me to go to a movie. I'm not doing it.
No. I love that. I love that. So have you ever said, "Hey, I don't want to do that for the first date"?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Mhm.
And that's good. And I think that's really important too, because you're voicing what you want right off the bat,
Mhm.
which is going to be ideal and perfect in any kind of dating relationship.
I mean, you have to be
So-
careful because some guys are very shy and they don't know what to do. You gotta have to make it like their idea, but you
Right.
can kind of mention some things
Yeah.
and see if they hit it. And then once they hit that, then you're like, yeah, let's do that. Then
Right.
it's like their idea.
Yeah. 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 I like that. So just give them a little bit hey, let's do something adventurous. What you
Yeah.
think? What would be a great adventure for you?
Right.
Okay, let's do that. That sounds great.
Let's go float the river and
Yes.
see what happens when you float that river.
hmm I love floating the river.
I do
So
too.
I'm drinking my shake.
I go every year.
You do? Do
Yeah.
you go to Guadalupe?
The Kamal.
Okay,
we float
Kamal.
the Kamal. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's because my kid, my kid goes, and so didn't want to do the Guad because it's a little bit more wilder on that side.
It
So
is.
we did the Kamal. It's more family friendly,
Right.
but she's kind of getting bored of it. She's ready because she's 16 now, so she wants to venture out a little bit more. So
I can understand. I can understand. I did the one that's close to here over by Grandview.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That one was fun. It wasn't too bad.
the Frio is fun too.
Okay.
Frio River.
Where's
Mhm.
that?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. I just went with a group of girls and we didn't end up in the right spot. We ended up on a golf course.
Oh,
Stayed with
what?
somebody.
That's awesome.
We met new friends.
Yes. See, that's what I call an adventure. That's fun for me. I like just, wherever it takes me.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to end up and that's who I'm going to meet. Unless so my last experience was not that great. Not last, but one of my experiences with some friends was ridiculous. It was at the Guadalupe. Thank goodness it was the Guadalupe.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Don't ever wear a string bikini.
No.
It's a bad
And did you go left or did you go right at that split? Because that makes a huge difference.
We were sitting at the split.
Oh gosh.
We were sitting in the chairs in the split. I was standing up getting a drink. Two of my friends decided they thought it was going to be funny. One grabbed my top, one grabbed my bottom.
Oh,
I'm
no.
chasing. They're both going separate directions. I don't know which one to chase first.
Somebody got a show out of it though.
A lot of people. It was a busy day.
If you notice, right there is where everybody gets off and they're
Mhm.
sitting there watching everybody go down. So you probably got an audience.
I did. I had a show. I gave everybody a great show. My friends helped. So thanks for that, guys. If you're listening and you remember that, yeah, thanks. It was good times. Good times. But yeah, I think that dating, I think that should be something that is more adventurous. Is something that's
yeah.
going to get you out and doing something like axe throwing or man, there's even that Smash. Have you heard of the Smash
the
place?
Smash Room.
Yeah, the Smash Room. I thought that was pretty cool. Those secret rooms,
the escape room.
the escape rooms. Yes, thank you. Secret escape rooms.
Yeah.
Those are awesome too.
Well, too, when you put people in those type of environments, you see how they're going to react
Yes.
to see if you can actually deal with their personalities.
Right.
So
I would have to.
if
agree.
you have somebody yelling and screaming and getting mad and cussing, it's like, I'm out.
Right now, I can tell that's not going to work out. You're going to need somebody else that's going to be stronger to put you in your place or something. I don't know. You need some anger management, some calm down, meditation, breathe, honey, breathe. I feel like I got to do that with my husband. Breathe, babe, breathe. But it happens. I mean, we do have we do have the things, but I think it is great to put them in that setting in the very beginning so
yeah.
that you can see
Mhm.
exactly what their personality is, like what you said. I love that. I
Right.
love that.
And I like to dance. So when I go out, if we go out, I'm like, let's go dance. If they're just sitting there like a bump on log, it's like, oh, come on,
Yeah, no,
get up.
I know. I know. I know. I love to dance too. I was a ballroom dance instructor and I taught a little hip hop back in the day. So like I love to dance. So girl, anytime you want a girls' night, I'll be your wing woman. We go. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. I've been wanting to go dancing too. And my husband, he can dance. He can dance so good. He's actually a really good dancer,
Mhm.
but he's not able to right now because of his knee.
Oh yeah.
So I told him, I was like, I'm gonna have to go on a girls' night, go dancing soon. Otherwise, I'm gonna just like go crazy here, babe. I need to go dancing. He's like, go do you, babe. Go do you. I'm like, all right. So we're gonna have to schedule this.
That'll work.
That'll work.
I'm game.
All right. All right. And I'll make a perfect wing woman.
Oh no.
You said no.
I can already see you bringing all kinds of people up to the table.
I would too. All kinds. All kinds. I make friends with wherever I go. I make new friends. So
well, I do too.
Yes,
I
I
don't
see
meet a
that.
stranger, so
no, yeah, same. I think that's why we connected so well. And I was like, I got to have her on my show. She's great.
it's fun.
It is fun. It is fun. Are you having fun?
I am.
So this is your first time on the radio.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's kind of strange.
Is
It's
it?
fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I think my first experience it was a little different
Uh-huh.
because you're not. It's
But
not.
say now I can
different
say I
setting.
did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can tell everybody I was on the radio. What's up? And I'd love to have you back too.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta keep this going, keep this, and what I do want to have one where I actually have a mixture.
A male, a female. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
a mixture, a couple of them.
debate.
Yeah, like kind of like a, what's your intake on that?
Yeah.
What's your opinion? And just because I feel like we need to learn from each other,
Uh-huh.
right? And we are going through different things. So it's kind of, I think it'd be good to really have that out there and put it out there on the table.
Yeah.
At this table, preferably.
Don't be intimidated.
Don't be intimidated. No, this is easy peasy. Easy peasy. We're just sitting here having a conversation.
Yeah.
I love it. So, okay. So let's talk about what was the worst. Let's talk about the
Worst
worst.
date?
Yeah, the worst date. It's okay. If you don't want to share, you don't have to. But I mean, if you'd like to, go for it.
Well, because you get catfish sometimes, and so
Oh,
some of the
yeah.
pictures
That still
aren't
happens?
yeah.
What?
They will send you pictures of what they look like maybe in high school,
Mm-hmm.
but when you actually get there, they're not the same people, and you don't want to be rude. Like I'm not going to be ugly,
Right.
and so that's the worst because then you have to, you have to tell them, look, I feel like you lied to me. You
Right.
impersonated something that you weren't.
Yep.
And that's not fair.
No.
I think you're an awesome person, but I got to bounce.
Yep. I can understand that.
Yeah. That
I-
sucks.
It does. And I think it's
does.
okay to tell them, like that's false advertisement, man. Like, how would you feel if you went to go buy a car,
Mhm.
and all their social media and all of their websites are showing you the car you want, but then you get there and it's like a really bad toten. This place is falling apart. It looks like it's about to go out of
Mhm.
business. Like, how would that make you feel?
Exactly. And then this last one, he was like a narcissistic type person. I've never dealt with
No.
that before.
Oh, really?
Never, yeah. So that was different for me. I actually got one of my friends to listen in to conversation because I thought, well, am I going crazy? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, they'll make you feel like you're
Yeah.
going crazy. They'll
And so-
gaslight you and
Yeah. And they love bomb you. And I've never even heard those terminologies before until
okay,
that
so
one.
I haven't either. What is love bombing?
So they immediately go all in. They just shower you with affection, gifts, everything.
Okay,
And you're
okay.
like throw back, which I thought it was weird at first.
Mhm.
But then some of my friends was like, Candy, you need to give a little bit because sometimes that's how guys show, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go with it. And I did. But then
Yeah.
this other side of this person came out where 1 minute they'd be very friendly, very nice, very loving, very attackful, hateful. And it's like, whoa, what did I
Wow.
do? And so it's not about you. It's that person.
Right. And there was something obviously that was said or something that triggered the person to
Yeah.
show that.
And it could be something that you didn't think was a big deal. I
Right,
mean,
but they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the narcissistic behavior.
Yeah.
I know, and it's so sad. And
It's scary too.
that is scary. That is scary. You really
And
got
then
to
they
watch
try
out
to
for
move
them.
in on you. Like it's like, hey, can I stay at your house tonight? Because I've got to work here. I got to do that. And next thing you know, they're trying to move in, and you got to be
Oh.
very careful.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I know some ladies actually let people like that move in to stay with them. Once they got one piece of mail there, that becomes their residency. So now you have to do an eviction notice to get somebody out.
Wow.
So women, be careful, because there's men that do that too.
Yes. Okay.
They push
Please be
themselves. They
careful.
push themselves in so they can actually stay with you. They call them a hobosexual.
A hobosexual?
Mhm. That's what they
Okay.
call them. I mean, that's what terminology is for it now.
Huh. Wow. I am
Yeah.
learning so much, guys. I hope you guys are as well. This is something. Hi, Avery. Avery. We don't have an Avery here. That's okay. That's okay. That's Brock. That's funny.
He's calling somebody out.
He's calling somebody out. She might look like an Avery to you, possibly. I've
Yeah.
got Candy Allen with us today. All right. So, and then good morning, Tiffany. Tiffany wants to say good morning.
Good morning, Tiffany.
She knows about the narcissist as well. Hi, Brooke. Oh, okay. We've got an Avery on here too. Hi, Avery. Hi, Brooke. How's it going? Or Brock. I'm sorry. That's Brock. My bad. Okay. So let's go into some of the other, like, what are some of the other terminal? Like, what do you feel like some other women and men that are out there that are dating? What are some other things that we need to look out for? You feel too?
I mean, that was my big thing.
Yeah.
is people trying to move in, or trying to get you to take care of them. The love bombing, the narcissistic behaviors, the lying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big thing. They lie.
Yeah. And so you can't always
Ah.
believe everything that they say
No,
right
take
off
it
the
for a
bat.
grain of salt.
Right.
Just kind of watch, because words mean nothing, actions mean more. So you just kind of watch actions and see what happens. But always go back to where they're from. Visit their friends. Visit their family. Get to know that side of them.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. So how many dates do you typically like to go on with somebody until you've made the decision that, okay, this just probably isn't going to work?
I usually know maybe the first or second date. No, this ain't gonna work.
Okay.
But when I'm interested, I go, if I'm talking to somebody, I'm not sitting there talking to multiple people.
Right.
I try to put my interest, invest that time into somebody. So when I invest my time into somebody, I try to, I've been told sometimes I move quick, but whatever, I'm not doing that. So
Right. No.
Mm-mm.
So they've told you move quick?
Well, some of the guy friends tell me I move quick. And
Okay.
sometimes I wonder if that's because they want something more than just friends, but
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Maybe a jealousy kind of situation scenario, maybe possibly.
I hope he's not watching. Don't mean to be rude.
No being rude. We're just being honest. We're being real. We're being real talk. This is a real talk, because I think that this is important. I think we need to have and I think you're right. Like after the second or third date, I feel like you kind of have
you got to follow your gut.
Yeah, you got to follow your gut. If it's not going to work, don't force it.
Right.
Like what you're saying. And
lessons learned on that. You cannot force anything.
Yes.
Just go with the flow. See what happens.
Yeah.
Take your time.
And make sure they take you on a good date.
Set those boundaries though.
Yes. Oh yes. Okay. So what are the boundaries that you would suggest setting, if you don't mind sharing with us?
Well, I mean, like, to each their own, but I'm not one that's just going to go off on the first night and do the deed.
Right.
Set those boundaries, because some men expect it.
Yeah.
Some men will trick you or try to trick you. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's like a test.
Yeah.
It's like if you're going to give it up that quickly, then they know that you're probably not
Exactly.
dating material.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you need to know your worth. And I love that you do. That's awesome, because you're worthy of them waiting for something like that. That's a more intimate, passionate situation that needs to happen within time of getting to know somebody, not right off the bat.
No, I'm not saying, if it feels right, feels right. But don't just go off expecting that or wanting to do that.
Right.
Or then making you feel like you have to do that.
Unless that's what you're into. But then again, that's boundaries. That's your expectations. You know what your expectations are going in. If that's all you're looking for, by all means.
out.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're looking for something a little bit more that's in depth and maybe, actually working on having something that's
Yeah.
real,
Exactly.
then you want to take your time on that. You don't want to
Mhm.
rush into that.
Exactly.
So I would have to
Mhm.
agree with you on that.
So just set your boundaries. Say no to this. If you have some ladies have a limit, like, hey, it's going to be 6 months. Well, I don't know. Some men can't wait 6 months. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
I couldn't wait 6 months.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie.
I couldn't either.
It's ridiculous.
But some people are like that, or some say after 3 dates,
Right.
but you just never know. But I mean, just keep to your boundaries. Don't shy off of your boundaries.
Right. I
Don't
would say
stray.
2 weeks. 2 weeks is a good, maybe 2 to
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Again, if it feels right, it feels right.
Right.
Who's the
Exactly.
judge?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So you just, you're feeling what you
Right.
need to feel, and you go from there. I
Right.
would say that. I would say that you're usually you'll know when you need to move to that.
Right.
You know.
And just be cautious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be very cautious. I like that you do your investigation part of it. I know that
Do
sounds
that right off the
terrible,
front.
but
That.
really, yeah, absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
public data. You can look it
Yes.
online, look everything up you need to look up.
Right.
Because some guys are like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. And I will. Okay. I want to know what I'm getting myself into. Right. Because there is that where, you've been shot down or hurt, or you've had the
Well,
catfish, or
you
you've been
shouldn't go
lied
into
to.
hiding anything.
No.
Like if you're starting new, you shouldn't hide anything.
Right.
Be open, be honest.
Yeah. And if you're married and you want to cheat, that's what you need to probably tell them. Like, look,
Yeah.
I'm married. I want to cheat.
There's
I've got
some
my
women
reasons.
will do that.
Yeah.
Not all women want to be part of that.
No. And there are some that will, but some no.
Right.
So you just got to, but I mean, as long as you're upfront and honest, and I feel like that's a lot of what's lacking in society right now, because there's so many different ways, like what you're saying, where we can hide the truth,
Mhm.
or we try to,
Mhm.
but the truth is always going to come out eventually.
Exactly.
It will.
Always does.
It always does. Yes, exactly.
There's 3 things. I say don't lie,
Right.
don't cheat, and don't hit. Everything else can be worked out.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, you can work through things, but right off the bat, if you're going to do those things, it's like, I'm out. I'm not going. I mean, 3 things.
Right. And I want to add one more in there. I think, being emotionally respectful
Oh, yeah.
to that other person too. I mean, you don't want any kind of abuse. And
No.
hitting is just one of those areas, but there's verbal, there's emotional
yeah.
abuse too that can be caused in there. And definitely, be careful for narcissistic and gaslighting behaviors, because
Mhm.
those can be very detrimental. And for those of you who've been told that you have that, seek help.
Oh, yeah.
Seek help.
I don't know how people do that. I dealt with it for about 2 months. I do
Wow.
not. There's
Yeah.
women like, okay, so this last one, his actual ex-girlfriend messaged me on Facebook. And so me and her have been talking. And so she dealt with him for a year and a half.
Wow.
I don't know how she did it.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot.
can't. I mean,
That's a lot.
it's too much.
I think
Doesn't bring you peace or happiness, let it go.
yes, exactly. That's why I say, if it doesn't complement your life, leave
Yeah.
it. If it complicates your life, leave it. If
Yeah.
it complements your life, keep it.
Right.
I said it backwards there a minute.
I got you.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to make sure I'm saying it clear out there so y'all don't think I'm like crazy. But yeah, if it complicates your life, leave it. If
Right.
it complements your life, keep it. And you
And-
really gotta know your worth. You gotta know
Exactly.
love yourself, right? You gotta love
Mhm.
yourself 100%.
Oh, yeah. You have to know who you are first.
Yes.
And you have to love yourself and you have to be happy by yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between needing a guy and wanting a guy.
Right.
2 completely different things.
Yeah. That is very true. That is very true. And I think that's a lot where I feel like some of the guys that are having issues with their dating, they're finding more of the ones that need a relationship or feel they need a relationship versus wanting a relationship.
Right. Exactly.
And that's where I feel like that learning lesson is coming into play for them.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure the woman's got what she needs and she's living her life and doing her thing, and she can do it with or without you. I mean, I feel like that's key.
Exactly. But in some
Same
cases
for
that
men.
intimidates men
Yeah.
when you say that. So you have to be careful.
Which is so weird to me. Guys, like, would you rather have a woman that feels like you have to provide for her and you have to take care of her all the time? She can't take care of herself. Would you rather have that or somebody that can take care of themselves?
Mhm.
I mean, let's be real.
I mean, if the role was reversed, I would want a guy to take care of himself, whether I'm there or not.
Right.
You can bring it together later.
It needs to be vice versa. Like
Yeah.
we are equal, you know?
Exactly.
And I mean, I know there are some that are out there that don't feel that we are equal still. I mean, there's still
No.
that stigma
The
or
boys club.
the boys club. Yeah, exactly. Which is, you know, if that's where you're at, that's what you want. You want a woman in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant. That's,
Yeah.
you know, that's old school mentality. But I, I don't know. I think this day and age, it's definitely shifted quite differently on that area.
Oh, I mean, I can debate that. I think women are a lot stronger than men are.
Yes, because we've been through so
Yeah.
much. We've been through like what they put us through. Goodness gracious, men. I know we put you through a lot too, okay? Like I'm not just trying to pick on you men, I promise, because I know men have got the same kind of situations, you know, in scenarios.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they're very giving and they want to give their all in this
And they get
relationship.
played and
Yep.
they get used.
Mhm.
They get cheated on just like women. You know, so
Absolutely.
it works both ways.
It really does. We got to stop that though, guys. Like, let's be nice to each other. That's what my show is about, though. You know, you got to be positive and love one another. And I really feel like if we showed more love and respect to others,
Mhm.
because you got to think, I mean, I always say, okay, this is what I say on my show a lot too. Whatever you put out is what you're going to get back.
Exactly. So if you're putting out the negative, that's what you're going to get back.
Exactly. And if that's all you're thinking, then you're going to have a really hard time having any real relationships
Mhm.
because of that. Because I mean, let's think about it. You know, you're drawing more negativity to you, which okay. So I was watching this cartoon movie, and I don't know why I decided to watch it out of all of the movies on there. Um, it was called Lucky.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that.
It's really cute. It was pretty cute. It's about this young lady that's very unlucky. Like everything that happens to her is just like her toast starts like it flies off the wall with the jam on it, and it's like slowly creeping down the wall. Like you're watching it like a what are those? The slinkies. It looks
Yeah.
like a slinky toast, I guess.
Just slowly going down.
Right. And then she hits her head on this, or you know, the cabinet doesn't shut all the way, that she locks herself in the bathroom because she had a broom.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why anybody would have a broom on the side by their bathroom door, but it like locks her in. I mean, it's hilarious, right? Like all these things keep happening, but she still has somewhat of a happy I'm going to fix it mentality.
Right.
Oh gosh, we are out of time.
All right.
Wow, we went quick. So anyway, you guys, this is Diana, Lady Diana signing off. Come see us next Monday. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Candy.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain